I just wanted to go into town and grab a bowl of dumplings, but the sheriff on patrol stopped me. He saw how messy I looked and right away decided I was some troublemaking drifter. Then he forced me out of town and warned me that if I stepped back in, he'd throw me in jail. I was already feeling low and didn't care what he said, so I turned around and walked back toward town. I didn't expect him to get so pissed. He spun his car around, then came after me and ordered me to leave again.
All right, you're under arrest. You hear me? Now put your hands in the car. Now you put your hands in the car and you spread them.
I ignored him and kept walking. He got mad, pulled out his gun, and demanded I let him search me.
How you do it, you decide right now.
I didn't like it, but I didn't want trouble, so I put my hands on the car. He found a combat knife on me and instantly thought I was dangerous. He said he'd take me back to the station for questioning. To me, that knife was an honor for my service. In his eyes, it was proof I was a criminal. They threw me in an interrogation room. The deputy asked questions, but I stayed quiet and stared at the window. That window dragged me back to the nightmare of a POW camp in Vietnam. I watched them take my dog tags and couldn't do a thing.
You got 3 seconds before I break your face in.
Even when the deputy found out I was a veteran, he showed no respect. In the end, they sentenced me to 90 days in jail and fined me $250. They made me strip for inspection. A cop noticed the scars on my body and thought about reporting it, but the deputy didn't care. Then they blasted me with a high-pressure hose and laughed at me. What really broke me was when they pulled out a razor to shave my head. The blade dragged me back into all my war trauma. I couldn't tell if I was in that room or back on the battlefield. My survival instinct kicked in. The sheriff rushed in when he heard the noise, but before he could react, I kicked him down. Then I moved like I was back in combat, dropped every cop in the room, grabbed my knife, and bolted from the station. To shake off the pursuit, I stole a motorcycle. It was fast and nimble, perfect for the rough terrain. Before long, the sheriff caught up in his car. In just a few minutes, we were out of town. I pushed into the woods, trying to use the terrain to my advantage. He knew the area too well and stayed on me, but he forgot how agile a bike can be. When we hit a narrow pass, his car flipped over. I kept going, but soon the road ended. I ditched the bike and ran into the woods. The sheriff was still shouting behind me.
You've gone as far as you're gonna go!
He didn't realize he had messed with the wrong guy.